Hello, this is Brad. Hope everyone's doing well today. I'm going to apologize beforehand. Still pretty new to this. Talking the same time I'm riding. So if there's a jump in the scenery as we're riding, you're gonna know why. There was more than likely a big pause, or something really weird happened, or I just didn't like the way it sounded. We'll just practice. One thing that I have noticed it's a little bit different is that whenever I get ready to take off, there's so much more stuff to do. Before, I just put on my helmet, my gloves, turned on my little beeline, and took off. Now, I gotta make sure the mic's in place, the camera's set up, the camera's paired. And that does take a little bit of time. And of course, I've been wearing long sleeve gear with armor. So I'm sitting outside in the sun, which is about 90 degrees here right now. And I'm sweating like crazy. Yeah. Regardless, I guess it could be worse. Could be sitting at home watching TV. And this, however, is much more fun. One of the new accessories that I got for the recording is the Osmo GPS and remote. Mostly I got it for the remote because it was difficult to see whether or not I was still recording, obviously, because it's on the helmet. Now I can just look down and see, as long as the sunlight is not beating down on it. I didn't really have anywhere on my handlebar mounts to actually mount it other than right there, at least to where I could see it. I could have done it in between the two reservoirs here, but it looked like that was a difficult mount, so I decided not to do it there. This will also be pretty cool because it also tells you the battery level of your camera. So on this go round, I did bring an extra battery. So hopefully I'll be able to stay out a little bit longer with a little bit more feed. So I'm just going to kind of drive aimlessly today. Not really any type of destination. I know that's something I talked about in my introduction video, that do some destination videos, pick a place, go there, talk a little bit about the place. I enjoy the videos where they travel and talk a little bit about what they're seeing, kind of the place that they're at, and the weather. I know that can seem kind of banal to some people, but I think that if you stick through the video, especially one that's made with that intent, then you're pretty much just kind of along for the ride. Just something a little calming if you couldn't possibly get out that day, or maybe it's a place that you've not been before. So it has been my experience that in southern Indiana, south central part of it, pretty much looks like this. Good deal of farms and fields. There's a lot of green. So in the spring and summertime, it's pretty nice. The fall's really nice as well. I haven't really rode too much last fall. It was really busy, and when I did get a chance to go out, fall was kind of short and the leaves were already the dreaded downhill turn. Gotta love those blind curves. So I have started compiling a list of places to go, at least in south central Indiana, part of southern Indiana, closer to the border of Kentucky and Ohio and Illinois. Depending on when you watch this video, if you could leave a comment about some of the places that you've been in this area that you thought were pretty nice rides, nice place to eat, cool thing to take a picture of, and also kind of the time of the year that you went at that to go see that. I think that's kind of important too. I feel like that maybe something in the fall looks a lot better and is a lot more interesting than it is possibly in the summertime. It's pretty warm today. So the scrambler says it's 87 degrees outside air temperature. So with some gear on, that's a little warm. I do remember this road, but I actually think that at least right now, is a boatload of frickin' construction. So left it is. Like I said, as you can see, these roads are pretty much the same. The views are the same. It's kind of relaxing though. Been watching a lot of motorcycle travel videos lately. Mostly vloggers that are in Europe. That place is beautiful. I miss living there for sure. I lived there about 8 years of my life. 3 different times. All 3 times living in Germany. Anyway, the vloggers were riding through Germany and it was just really nostalgic. I mean, the smells started coming back, the sounds started coming back. One thing I really like about Europe is it just seems like it never changes. I remember when I was there the last time, which was around 2010, went to a few places that I'd went to when I was in high school, so that was the late 80s, and it felt the same. It really did. I think the only thing that was different is that I appreciated so much more that last time. And I was sharing it with someone that I really cared about. Hey, I'd love to plan a trip to Europe, rent a bike, and travel around for a week or 2. I wonder if I can actually see the... Yeah, I can't. How much battery life I have. I think I'm just going to have to go by usage. I'm about 25 minutes in. I think I got about 2 hours of video last time and was getting pretty close to the battery dying. I think I know where I'm at. That's a winery. run. Seems like that may be a destination. Kind of wondering if anybody else has this problem. So, as you saw in one of the previous videos, you see that I actually had the SW Motec panniers put on the side, the soft luggage. So I noticed that when I ride, something in my brain clicks and I feel like I need to reach back with the heel of my foot to see if it's still there. I totally trust that those guys made a really great product, and I trust myself for being able to tighten a screw to a specific torque spec, but I still feel like I've got to reach back and touch it every once in a while. I wonder if anybody else has that problem, and I wonder what that's indicative of. A little bit of air. When do you apply the brakes? You apply them when you're nervous. And as you're going through the corner, when do you accelerate? When you've removed the lean angle. That's a tip. And for those that know where it came from, good on you. Oh yeah, another Ducatista. It is always cool to see another Ducati rider, especially a Ducati rider. I don't know what the non-Harley market share is in this state, but I'm sure it's pretty low. This is the other thing I've been trying to subconsciously do. That sounds kind of weird, actually, subconsciously do. It's actually just making sure I have a finger on my brake. I know that when I'm kind of in unfamiliar territory and not riding straight, I always put at least two fingers on. That way I'm able to there you go. cool to see. That was my first person that tapped his helmet. I hope he's up here. And he is, look at that. Look at me going the speed limit. Like I tell everyone, you do you. I think this is just as good a place as any to stop for a few minutes.